Futures on the benchmark US stock indexes are gaining ground amid expectations for the Fed's policy decisions. Meanwhile, the US dollar is extending weakness as market participants are betting on the dovish stance of the Federal Reserve. Oil prices jumped over 2% today as a hurricane closed U.S. offshore oil production and an industry report showed contraction of U.S. oil inventories. Bitcoin is about to hit the mark of $11,000. Today, futures on the main US stock indexes are extending a steady rally as traders await Fed's policy update and data on the US retail sales. In the American pre-market, futures on the Dow Jones were 0.51% up to 28,049.5 points. The US stocks are expected to carry on with its rally during the New York trade. The US dollar slipped in the European trade. Popular currency pairs are trading in narrow ranges as traders are reversing their portfolios ahead of the policy decisions of the Federal Reserve. The US dollar index declined 0.1% and settled down at 93.07. This will be the first policy meeting after Chairman Jerome Powell announced a milder approach to inflation at the symposium in Jackson Hole in late August. The last change in the Fed's monetary policy aroused expectations that interest rates would remain low for long. This suggests it would be a good idea to consider short deals on the US dollar in the medium term. So most analysts say that selling on rallies would be the best strategy today. Experts at ING think that the recovery of the greenback in September could hardly change open interest on the US dollar. Indeed, the US dollar has got stuck in the downtrend. The commitment of traders reports show no evidence that speculators are cutting short deals on the dollar. The weakness of the greenback comes as a result of dovish expectations for the Fed's rhetoric. Interestingly, on Tuesday, the US dollar inched up against its Canadian rival. The pair closed at the level above the intraday high. Crude oil gained over 2% today with the prospects for a further climb. Yesterday, the American Petroleum Institute reported that U.S. crude inventories contracted by 9.5 million barrels last week, although gasoline inventories increased by 3.8 million barrels. November Brent futures were trading at $41.39 a barrel on the London Futures Exchange. That is 2.12% up from yesterday's closing price. October WTI futures were trading at $39.14 a barrel on NYMEX. That 2.25% up from yesterday's closing price. In its fresh outlook, OPEC predicts that the global oil demand will be 9.5 million barrels per day this year to 90.2 million barrels. The cartel expects to downgrade the forecast both for this year and 2021. In the meantime, Bitcoin surged over 1% today, approaching the level of $11,000 per token. According to CoinMarketCap, which estimates its average price collecting data from over 20 trading floors, the Bitcoin price increased by 1.61% to $10,913. The most popular cryptocurrency accounts for 57.8% of the trade volume in the crypto market. However, Bitcoin is the only cryptocurrency which is rising in value, while others are falling. This does not signal a steady rally, so it would be better to play safe. Some analysts warned that the number one digital currency could drop to the record lows soon. Today, the Federal Reserve is setting the tone. Traders are anticipating a press conference of Jerome Powell. As for the economic calendar, traders are braced for the weak retail in the US in August. That's all for today. We continue to learn developments on financial markets. Subscribe to our channel and keep abreast on latest events with us. See you tomorrow on our channel with a new video.